Hello, my name's Nick Paling. Over the last few years I've become increasingly interested, or should I say worried, about the ever-increasing pressure that we are putting on the precious supply of fresh water that we all rely on so heavily in our day-to-day lives. I've been listening to all the worrying stories about how climate change might affect our lives over the coming years and decades, and I have to say it's the predictions being made about water that have worried me the most. Whether it's too much water in the wrong places, or not enough to go round at certain times, there can be little doubt that some of the most significant effects of climate change on us here in the UK are going to involve water in some way. In response to this, a few years ago I decided to try and get to the bottom of this issue. I wanted to know as much as possible about the role water plays in our lives, where it comes from, how it gets to us, how much we use, and why and how these processes can go wrong. Perhaps the most startling thing I've learned so far is that we're all going to have to use a lot less water in our day-to-day lives in the future. And by this I mean in the near future, not way off in decades to come. I think we're already starting to see the signs of this. We had a significant dry spell in 2018, which nearly became a drought, and we've just had the driest April ever recorded earlier in 2020, which left many reservoirs worryingly low. Also, for the first time this summer, we've received messages from our local water provider urging us all to try and use a bit less water day to day. In one message they asked us to reduce our water use by 5%, and in another by 5 litres a day, which is significantly less than 5% by the way. So what are we normal folks supposed to make of all this? How are these things going to affect our lives, and what, if anything, can we do to reduce the potential impact on us, our communities and our way of life? I don't think we really know, and it doesn't really seem as though anyone else is talking about it much. What I don't understand is why they aren't. So to get to the bottom of all this, I've decided to go on a mission to investigate the whole issue of water and water resilience, as it's often referred to. I've decided to try and discover how we are going to be affected by water-related issues in the future and what, if anything, we can do to prepare for it. This is why I've established the WaterTight Communities Project, and it's why I've also decided to undertake an experiment to see what it's like to live for 2 months as if there is a water shortage, a bit like the one my parents experienced in 1976 and that we nearly had in 2018. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to live for the next 2 months as if I am in a water shortage future scenario. By doing this, I hope to get a profound insight into what life might be like for us over the coming decades. To make the experiment work, I'm going to have to assess exactly how much water I currently use in every aspect of my life, and then explore all the things I can do to reduce that water use each day. There are going to be some big challenges along the way, and I suspect there are going to be some tough conversations with other members of my family, but I'm determined to do it. I simply have to find out if I can do it. To help motivate myself on this mission, I've come up with an idea, and that is to establish an exclusive club. I'm calling it the Sub 100 Club. The Sub 100 Club is a club that anyone can enter, but they can only qualify to join the club if they can use less than 100 litres of tap water per day. If they can demonstrate that they have achieved this objective, using meter readings from their water meter or in some other way, then they can join the club. The challenge I have set myself is to work out what I would need to do to be able to join my own club. I want to see if I can meet the entry criteria. I think I may be able to do it. What really interests me is what sacrifices I have to make and what changes we have to make in our household to our normal, everyday lives. Can we do it? How hard is it going to be? And are we willing to adapt our lives now rather than wait until we don't have a choice? So, if like me you're concerned about the effects that climate change will have on the natural world around you, if you're worried about the security of our water supply in the future, or if you wonder how resilient you and your community are to the impacts of climate change, then why not follow my progress as I embark on a voyage of discovery into our climate change impacted water future. This mission may be difficult and it may be scary along the way, but I would much rather know what's in store for us now before it actually happens. And you never know, I might actually discover that adapting to these challenges is a bit easier than we thought it would be. During my 2-month WaterTight experiment, I will be looking at all the latest science on water resilience, speaking to experts and water champions from across the southwest and further afield, and keeping a daily WaterTight diary in which I record all my experiences as I try to reduce my water use in every aspect of my life. You can follow my daily updates and videos to experience this challenge with me as it unfolds. See you again soon, and don't forget to stay watertight.